Imagine yourself sipping your coffee in the morning when you realize that the story you are about to hear will leave you completely speechless. Today, we will examine a story that has everyone talking. The topic of Joe Biden's wealth has sparked innumerable debates and wild conjectures, and the truth is even more startling than anyone could have imagined. The goal of this movie is to immediately capture your attention and maintain it as we cover every facet of how his money was amassed. As a result, you should watch the entire thing, because the story of these characters is full of unexpected twists, hard work, and surprises that you won't want to miss. Joe Biden's name has been familiar to many of us for a very long time, and his life narrative is filled with incidents that have influenced an entire generation. But the details of his net worth are even more remarkable than his long career in public service. We'll show you the journey that led him to his current financial situation, from his early years of adversity to the pinnacle of his fortune. We will explain everything in a straightforward way without using confusing financial terminology or technical jargon, so that you may grasp and appreciate the full narrative. Each statistic will be explained in an easy-to-understand way, and you will find that the numbers show perseverance, good judgment, and a life dedicated to public service. The origins of Joe Biden's wealth can be traced back to a time before his public fame. It begins with a humble beginning, a life where every dollar earned was earned with tenacity and hard hours of work. As we explore the history of his financial journey, you will learn about the events that influenced his early career, from his initial job to his rise through the ranks. Every action he performed added to the impressive net worth that many are now talking about. These early chapters will be covered in great detail in our film, showing how a series of wise choices and a little bit of luck turned a modest beginning into a story of financial triumph. One of the most fascinating parts of this story is how Joe Biden managed to combine his career in public service with financial decisions that set him apart from many of his peers. He was always more concerned with changing the lives of others than he was with making money. But along the way, he also made choices that protected his financial future. We'll talk about investing, savings, and the arduous process of building up a net worth that can blow anyone away. Even if the figures might seem remarkable, they all tell a story of dedication and sacrifice. As you can see, there were challenges encountered along the way, and at times the future appeared uncertain. But despite it all, he never wavered in his commitment to his values and belief in a better future. As we break down the details, you will also discover how the public has responded to these disclosures. Numerous people were surprised to learn how much money he had, and there were numerous discussions and viewpoints regarding how it all added up. In our video, we'll talk about a few of these feelings and give a brief explanation of what they signify. It acts as a reminder that beneath every number is a life full of choices, encounters, and situations that have shaped a person into who they are now. Beyond just his wealth, Joe Biden's net worth story is around the journey of a man who has dedicated his life to public service and the work necessary to blend personal success with civic duty. Throughout the film, we'll look at the significant occasions that contributed to his financial success. You will discover the years of hard effort, the decisions that led to lucrative opportunities, and even the challenges that forced him to reevaluate his strategy. Every chapter of his life has added a unique perspective to the story, which, taken as a whole, presents a man who is both a fighter and a leader. His story is full of lessons about perseverance, the need of making wise choices, and the value of sticking to one's goals in the face of failure. It is a story that illustrates that success does not come easily and requires years of commitment and hard work. One of the story's most impressive aspects is its capacity to speak to the average person. Although the numbers may appear overwhelming at first, many of us can identify with and gain insight from the choices that resulted in them. In this video, we'll go over each step in an understandable manner. This story has something to teach everyone. Whether it's the value of putting aside a tiny sum each month, or how one smart decision may change your life, it is a reminder that underlying every important person is a simple truth about tenacity, diligence, and having the courage to follow one's dreams. As this movie comes to an end, make sure you see it through to the very end. We tie everything together in the final segment and show you not only the numbers, but also the reasons for them. The end will inspire you, and you will be able to see your own path differently. It is a chance for reflection and the understanding that every decision we make in life has consequences and can lead to something greater than we could have ever imagined. This final portion is the key to understanding Joe Biden's whole net worth story, so you won't want to miss it. Thank you for joining us on this in-depth discussion of a subject that truly left us stunned. If you thought the video was as interesting and educational as we did, please support us by liking it, commenting below, and subscribing for more stories that reveal the true story behind the headlines. We can continue to provide you with insightful, direct, and motivational stories. With your support, meanwhile, remember that every journey is made up of many small steps, each of which moves us closer to our objectives.